All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On second down, here's Locke. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Locke. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Carlson now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. Only able to make it to the 15 after the nice move. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. 3rd down here.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
Watching that, Barney.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Kenneth Dixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
59.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Throwing on third down, Luck. Man open, it's Cup, he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw on second down is Luck. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Colts on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Luck. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Ben Gideon in there to drop him for a loss on the play. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On the give, this is Dixon. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Leopard! 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 Leopard!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Left side caught by Diggs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Carlson now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Back to throw. Love. Caught left side by Hilton. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
59.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Trying to stick with Dez there, got too physical, pass interference.
I like your note there, so physical. Hard for any defender to cover Dez Bryant without drawing a pass interference call.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, look out! Ready! 12 mine.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking downfield for Dez. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Out of the gun, Luck. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding room inside the 40. Wide open receiver complete. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. First down, they go with Dixon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Gun!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Carlson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A shotgun snap for Luck. And that is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Here's Luck. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Luck on 1st down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, four down. Check out. Get 70. Check 43. Hurry.
On 2nd and 10, Luck. Buying time to his left. Now he's good. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really...
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a handoff for Dixon. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch it now, Barney.
On 3rd down, here's Dixon. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
No. Check. Patriots.
Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Stephon Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. He's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Carlson now to add the extra point. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Carlson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now Gordon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts him in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Third and long. It's Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Carlson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now, that'll be caught by Kump. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, Locke. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Ben Gideon in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Locke. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. The Colts on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's Luck now on second down. Forced out to his left. Looking deep for Hilton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So the defense does their job. They get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard. Now we'll see if their offense can come to play.
Well, that's the way you get things started, right? Score yourself on defense, get the ball back for your offense, and tell them, let's go. We're in the game now.
This is fielded inside the 5. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, that's something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making...
And look at this, another fake. And he's going to let it go deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
A run by Dixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's third down. Back now in Indianapolis. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Campbell. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only get 5 out of that quick slam, but that's good enough for a first. They'll look to throw here. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
He's to the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that
he's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. In for the score. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Carlson now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Luck, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. Luck. He's going to try and go deep again. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll start the drive with Dixon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They stay on the ground with Dixon, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
No. Check. Patriot.
They go play action here on first down. Going deep for Diggs. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Leopard.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Dixon. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. After the interception, it's Love. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 2nd and 10, Luck again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
A give running left, Dixon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Okay, buddy, I see you. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll set up a throw. And Diggs has it. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And the Colts coming out now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. and never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows, you may meet up with this team again.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Luck on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's Luck. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.